What's going on, people? This is Jesseville from jesseville.com. So, this is called The Black Woman is the Black Man's Reflection. So many people get upset and complain about the opposite sex within a black community. But the truth is that the black woman is the black man's reflection. At the end of the day, in Black America, we are equally screwed up on both sides of the sex spectrum. There's just as many messed up black men as there are messed up black women. There's just as many whole and quality black men as there are quality black women. The difference is that black men will take accountability and admit the part that they have played in the destruction of the black community. But in most cases, unfortunately, black women will not admit that. There are a significant amount of black men, might I even say maybe the majority of black men in America, whether you want to say 70, 80, or 80%, somewhere in that percentage range, have not been taught how to be men. They have not been taught how to be husbands. So most of these men, if they went to Brazil, Dominican Republic, Africa, and dealt with women outside of the United States, those women would recognize that many of those men aren't worthy husbands. The same with black women. So I would say 70 to 80% of black women have not been taught how to be proper wives. They have not been taught how to be women, to be feminine. And if they went outside of the United States, they would get the same results. I talked to brothers from outside of the United States, and most of those brothers do not say they wouldn't deal with an African American woman in terms of marriage potential because of the many issues. And the reason that I've concluded for black men and black women being equally screwed up is for the fact that they are raised by the same damn parents. And what I mean by this is around 70% of black households are led by single mothers. So those single mothers are in fact socializing both boys and girls to behave in a matriarchal fashion, to behave in a feminized fashion for the boys and a masculinized fashion for the girls. And the reason why the girls are raised to behave masculinized, because as a single mother, even though many single mothers do get help from family members, as well as these single mothers also get help from, of course, the United States government through social welfare programs like SNAP, Section 8, and even child support and other assistance, they are still tasked with the responsibility of being able to make sure their family eats. And so many of them either have a lazy welfare welfare queen mentality, or they will have a hyper masculinized hustle mentality where they are working 2, 3 jobs to ensure that their children may be able to eat. Because, contrary to popular belief, all black single mothers are not on welfare. There are many of those who I've personally witnessed that have struggled through hard work to take care of the kids that they do have. And so, because they have this responsibility, their mother, looking at the mother as a young girl, she sees this and takes on that independent, hyper individualistic mindset and mimics her mother in her adulthood. Whereas she doesn't see a man in a household and she doesn't believe that she needs a man. And in some cases, the mother even preaches and tell her that she doesn't need a man for anything. As for the boys, they see their mother doing all the work in the home, and they believe that is what a woman is supposed to do. And so they look and search for a mate that has that same mindset as her mother and his sister. And he looks for a woman that will take care of him while he stays home and plays video games like he did in his adolescence. He is still mentally in adolescence because Black Americans don't have a rite of passage program for boys to ascend to men, because we don't have mentorships between many of our boys and many of our men to properly teach them how to be men, the values of men, masculinity at its core, and what it means to be a man. Many of our adult males behave like little boys. They don't know how to be husbands. And so, through this imbalanced familial structure, what you see is the disintegration of the Black family. Because within a family, you're supposed to get many perspectives. See, the African family was predominantly polygynous, and it also relied on an extended family structure. While the nuclear family provided the nucleus for the family in Africa, it was only the nucleus. It was not the total package. What that nucleus provided, the mother and the father, or the mothers, plural, and the father, was the example for the girls and the discipline for the girls, as well as the compassion for the boys. What the father provided was the discipline for the boys, the example for the boys, and the compassion for the girls. This is why you see in most family structures that are 2-parent households, the men, the fathers, are a lot harder on the boys than they are the girls. A lot of times they allow the girls to get away with a lot more, and the mothers are a lot harder on the girls and are much more compassionate and letting the boys get away with more than they let the girls get away with it. When you don't have that balance, it causes severe issues within the psyche of the children. This is why you heard Michelle Obama speak in the press something about saving our boys and being about single mothers being not being hard enough on their boys but being too hard on their girls, because it is the natural proclivities of the sexes to behave like that way toward the children of opposite sex for various reasons, psychological reasons. And so because you have this single mother household that is the predominant family structure of the black community in America, you have severe issues with the gender roles in which we play. You have severe issues in which the understanding of the gender roles for men and women within our community. You have women who are confused. They want to be feminists, they want to be independent, yet they do not desire to split bills with men, even though in other cultures around the world, modern and pre-colonial, it was very common for the women to assist with labor in the family. Many African women tend to the crops. Many African women sold goods for the family in the market and traded to get what the family needed. And this happened in Asia as well. So it is not nothing new for women to take care of the home, the children, and to contribute to the family's total financial picture. But you have modern women in America today that want all of the benefits of traditionalism and all of the benefits of modernism while not having any of the cons, leaving men not interested in dealing with many of the modern black women at all. They will talk about Beyonce and worship Beyonce, but they will not mention the lyrics where Beyonce says that she will split the bill with her man, that she will add to his bank account, that she will help the man build his empire. Oh, they forget those lyrics. Upgrade you. Totally forget it. So what you have is a misunderstanding of the roles in black relationships. You have women who want the benefits of a patriarchal man, but they don't want to follow the patriarchal man as a leadership as women in other patriarchal cultures do. They want to be 50-50 in leadership, but 100-0 in responsibility, particularly financial responsibility. At the end of the day, the majority of our children are being socialized and being taught by single mother, matriarchal minded women. And this is what we're dealing with. Many will not be able to escape this socialization. So they will continue to have problems in their relationships, but they are a few, a small, minute group who are able to deprogram themselves from this false, ineffective, abysmal mindset. Many times it's later in years, but we must understand that the majority of us are fucked up. there is no larger group of black men that are superior to black women in terms of their belief and mindset. It's about 50-50 split. So the best thing to do is to find the ones like us who aren't messed up, get with them, and to look to the Caribbean, look to Africa, where women have been trained to be wives, where men have been trained to be husbands. Peace.